welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about The Bachelor. Today we're going to talk about episode 2 of The Bachelor. Um, let's start first. So first we see the girl moving to the mansion. Like last week it was like first time coming into the last week. It was the first week of The Bachelor. You see like all it was like mostly 9 cocktail, and you see the girls started to get to know The Bachelor, and pretty much like we have the whole ceremony now. All the girls that remain in the mansion move into the mansion. That remain moving to the mansion, they are all so happy, they are so excited. Mara said she just wanted to see The Bachelor when all the girls screaming, "Yeah, the mansion! We are the first people back after a while." Why? Like Mara said, "I just want to see The Bachelor." Jesse Palmer introduced herself again. They say, "I was The Bachelor." Pretty much said the same thing that I said last week. Okay. Jesse Palmer introduced herself to the girl. He said he used to be The Bachelor, now he's happily. It's so funny how the girl say, "Now you're happily married," like he said it this last time. I like Jesse Palmer. It's like he has kind of like a warm energy about him. Like I know he's supposed to take a serious type of host, but he still feel like you can still feel like he warm. So I like that about him. And first, like he handled up the first group they host, and who is the one? So Rachel read the group de quatre. So the people who go to the first group, they are Teddy, Nancy, Melina, Mara, Genevieve, Serena, Cassidy, Gabby, Kira the doctor. I don't know if they were other people, but those are the people that I remember and that I took note about. And the first is pretty much the birthday party, and Hilary Duff, one of my favorite Disney actresses, is like the host of the game. She's pretty much, she have 3 children now, and she hosts like a birthday party, and all the girls are invited. Pretty much like every girl assigned to do something. Like Genevieve, decorate the cake. Gabby and Cassidy are supposed to build like a dollhouse or something like that. But Cassidy doesn't follow the rules. She say, "I'm here for The Bachelor." It's like she's been reading all those things about The Bachelor without taking the note very well. She doesn't even try to entertain the children. She doesn't even try to do something. She's like, "Nope, nope, nope, I'm not doing any of those. I'm just gonna find Clayton." She find Clayton, she stay by the pool, kiss Clayton, "I'm here for you," blah 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 blah, all those things. While the other girls struggle to build everything, it's like she doesn't care. I love that she was sitting with the children. She was sitting with the children, say, I was a child a long time ago. The little girl said, "So you don't like children?" It's like a little argument. It was kind of funny. And Gabby wasn't happy about that because she was supposed to team up with Cassidy to build something, and Cassidy wasn't even here to help her. And later she take the cake, she take the cake and she walked with the cake, she dropped the cake. I was like, "What's up with Bachelor? We like throwing the cake in the fire, dropping the cake. It's always a birthday cake. How funny is that?" And during the day, that was pretty much about entertaining the children, bouncy house, just having fun and everything. She's like, Cassidy say, "Oh, I love Hilary Duff," and stuff like that. She's like jumping, jumping. She's like very happy to see her. She's going to her. Even Hilary Duff was like, she was trying too hard. She was like trying too hard. So during the night portion, like we see, pretty much it's like during the night portion is like a date with all the women, and every woman get the chance to have like a one-on-one, take together a one-on-one. She's kind of worried. She worried if Clayton still remember about the connection and stuff like that. Clayton said his idea that he liked her. He also told Teddy that she doesn't have to worry about anything, so he liked her. And the same thing. He have a one-on-one with Gabby. He also say something about that he like Gabby. So I feel like those two, watch out for the people that he say like them. So it's important. So the next thing, so Clayton talked to most of the women like in the night portion. I thought like maybe Didi or Gabby were gonna get the host, but it wasn't the case. Guess who got the host? Cassidy. She get the host instead. I'm like, so that's pretty much the kind of like, I don't know. Clayton is the bachelor. He doesn't always know what's going on in the house or what other women see, but he doesn't say. All he says like, that's my connection. I have this connection with Cassidy, so I gave her the rose. I love what she does. She come for me and stuff like that. So that's why I gave her the rose. But in the back was like, oh, all the women was like, really? Okay. So pretty much that was the end of the night. Cassidy was so happy that she got the group day host, and when they were like in the one-on-one, when they were in the night portion of the group day host, they announced who's gonna be the first one-on-one of the season, and my girl Susie get it. I am happy about that, but I have an inner talk about like getting the first one-on-one. Last week I was like thinking who's gonna get the first one-on-one this week. I wanted Susie to get it because she's my favorite. I also didn't want her to get it the first one-on-one because I don't want her to be forgotten soon. When you get the first one-on-one and he go to the date with all those other girls, you kind of feel like, does he still remember me? Does he still remember me? So I wanted Susie to get between the third, maybe the third or the fourth one-on-one. But she got the first one. Hopefully she make a big impression that remains in his mind so that he doesn't forget about her so soon when he go to the one-on-one with other girls. So Clayton Susan took the helicopter and went to the mansion. So pretty much the one-on-one was so amazing. So they went into the helicopter, and like you say in Bachelor, they always do that when they have the one-on-one. They either is the fire, the firework and everything. They always fly or do something next to the mansion so that the other girl are kind of jealous. They say, oh, I wish it was me. I want to one-on-one too, stuff like that. So they drove or a flight next to the mansion, and not only was the helicopter date, but it was also the yacht date. So they went into the boat. Like the helicopter landed to the boat. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. For the first one, I was surprised. Usually that's the thing that you get during like the final date and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe the budget for this season is very high, and we all know that the budget for the Bachelor is always very high, so they have money for the Bachelor. So I say like this is actually two dates combined. Sometimes we have the helicopter date, sometimes we have the both date, but they pretty much have two dates combined. Plus on the night portion they have like a singer. Her name is Amanda Jordan. Was it Jordan, something like that? Amanda Jordan. She sang very well, so it was very nice. And Susie, she was nervous during the whole day, even though she's like very, very confident. She's always the one telling about what's going on in the house. I know she's had a lot of screen time. She's very good at talking, but you can feel that she was really nervous during the date with Clayton. I'm like, girl, you don't have to worry about anything for now, because when the Bachelor like you don't have to try so hard. But they have a good chemistry. Pretty much Clayton have chemistry with a lot of girls. It's as the time moves by that we see really who is the one that he likes. But so far I know he likes Susie, he likes Gabby, he likes Didi. Who else? He likes Sarah. I don't know about Genevieve. I thought he likes Genevieve. He likes Rachel also. So those are the people I noticed that he likes. So he has a good chemistry with Susie, and she tell him like a story, sad story about her dad. I'm very sad that her dad was sick. She told that how her dad was suffering for like a disease. He was losing his organ. But all he wanted to fight to be able to see his grandson. I didn't really catch that well. So they dance, and what I like about the date, so as they were still dancing, he take the horse, he gave it to her, and he continued dancing. He wasn't like feel pressure after you tell your story, like lifting the horse, like they usually do that in the Bachelor. They lift the horse, they say, I gave you this horse. I'm like, it's too much stress. I love that they dance, and then he took the horse, he gave it to her, like no pressure, and they continued with it. I wish the date was longer. The date was very, very fancy. That was a very fancy date, but I heard that the whole episode was overflowed with drama, and they kind of took away the time for the one-on-one. I thought after like the first group date and the one-on-one is gonna be the end of the episode will be kind of light-hearted. Nope. Then the second group date come. So the people who are announced to be on the second group date, we have Shanae. Sorry, I pronounced her name very badly in the first, her name is Shanae. Shanae, Shanae, Rachel, Sarah, Melina, Elizabeth, Kate, Lindsay, and others. So those are the people I was able to catch their name quickly. So before the group day, Cassidy have her game plan, and in her eye, just like she said that her game plan was kind of cool. She was able to win the group date host. So she trained her little minion. So she trained Shanae. Say, oh, you have to follow. You have to like make Clayton see you. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to shine among the girl, like to get the holes and everything. The thing about Cassidy, she know what she's doing. She know how to like manage or how to react compared to the time. She trained Shanae, but she didn't really train Shanae very well because Shanae was a disaster during the date. They have like a group date host. They have this comedian called, how do we call her? Ziwe. Ziwe was the comedian who was part of the date, so she was asking a lot of questions. First of all, after Cassidy gave all those advice to her minion with Shanae, and I called that Mean Girl 101. That was the Mean Girl 101 class that Shanae took, and I don't know if she took note very well how to be a villain. I don't know if she took her note very well, but she wasn't like what she did during the day was very interesting. Shanae is like, I'm ready for the date and everything. She's like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do stuff like Cassidy trained me to do, but first of all, like when we see she arrived to the date and they have to sit like to answer like a few questions. Never have ever. And she missed the chance to sit next to Clayton. Elizabeth said she was like this. It's like, if Cassidy was here, she was gonna sit next to Clayton. I'm like, seriously, she followed Cassidy's advice. She missed that chance. Like during the never have ever, she always tried to get their attention. She get up one time, I don't know if they ask her questions or she just say she's Shanae and she started to do what she wear, what she name. I'm like, yeah. She's like, my name is Shanae. I'm like, she loses almost every game. They have like a date and they have like to do a bunch of things, run and stuff like that. First she pushed Elizabeth, but she still end up losing the date because I won the group date, and even at the evening portion, she thought she was gonna get the host. Like she was like, every time something happened, she said that Cassidy would I be able to do this? And Cassidy would have won the group date host. Cassidy, oh like seriously, Shanae, be your own villain. Why can't you be your own villain? She's followed the direction, but she doesn't do so well. She's not good at being a villain, and she's very bad at being a villain. In the evening, she's like, go to Clayton and say that Elizabeth is not here for the high reason. I have no idea where that girl came up with that information. She's like, in her RTM, she said, oh, she's like, she didn't even give a good reason why Elizabeth is not here for the right reason. She said something like, she told me something, then she told me something, she had ADHD and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, Chanel, what are you doing? So Clayton talked to Chanel, Clayton talked to Elizabeth, and first they go to I talk that Chanel versus Elizabeth on too. They argue, they talk back to each other. I love that Elizabeth is very articulate. She knows what she's trying to say. But Chanel is like all over the place. She doesn't even come up with the right reason. She said Elizabeth told her this, Elizabeth told her this, and she said something that Elizabeth hugged her, and then she said do something that she's not here for the right reason. Oh my God, it's like, both of them talked to Clayton, and that Clayton gave the host to Sarah, like no trouble and everything. She won the group date host. She won the group date also, so they gave her the host. Now we're done with that. I don't know why she spent her time talking about Elizabeth having ADHD. It's like, that's not good. Like to talk about. I was talking about people who have actually those problem. It's not good like to talk about that all over the place. And now we move to the cocktail party. I thought like Sarah and Elizabeth, Chanel and Elizabeth talk. I thought it was finished during like the group date, evening and everything. But the argument continued during the cocktail party. Because of that, there was no ceremony. I guess it's gonna be more interesting. And even Cassidy was like, I don't like, she's talking about Elizabeth having ADHD. So she's talking about that. Even Cassidy is saying, I'm not here for that. I'm not even no longer on your side. It's like the son say like she called herself abandon her student. I'm like, I'm not with you and this because Chanel, she's like be a very, very bad villain. She doesn't know how to be a villain. She's all over the place and she tell everyone. And they spend the time arguing. And Cassidy, she did something. Even though she's good at being a villain, she got the first group they hold. She taught her student like how to be a mean girl. She made one mistake that would cost her a lot. She told people that she has somebody back home. Don't bring your tea on the Bachelor. Leave your tea back at home. Even if you have someone that you see and everything, I'm like, she's that the girl. It's like, when we come back, we're gonna watch The Bachelor, we're gonna watch the show together. She has someone at home. It's not really her boyfriend. She said she actually has just someone that she sees from time to time. They are not dating and stuff like that. But she talked to the girl, and one girl went to say to Clayton, I think Cassidy is not here for the right reason. She has the F-boy at home. She has someone that she sees for time to time. At the end of the episode, we see Clayton say, did everyone ever took the host? I have the feeling that Cassidy would get her host taken. She was a good villain. If she's leaving in 2 weeks, because next week we don't have any episode for The Bachelor, if she's leaving in 2 weeks, I'm gonna miss her. Hopefully I see her in paradise. She was I didn't like the fact that she really helped children and do stuff, but she's an entertaining villain. I didn't like her at the beginning of the episode, but I ended up liking her because she was like very entertaining, and I was like, I'm here for that. Compared to Chanel, that was like all over the place. She didn't even know how to be a villain. If you don't know how to be a villain, don't be a villain. Pretty much. But when I saw the trailer, I noticed that Chanel is still here. I guess that after the next whole ceremony, she's not gonna go home. I don't know about Cassidy, maybe because she has someone back home. That's the thing about The Bachelor. If you are anyone, if you have a boyfriend you are at, they are not gonna keep you. So pretty much, you have to clean your house before you go to The Bachelor. Because The Bachelor is here, whether it's end of marrying the person he chose or not, he's here. He's supposed to be here for the right reason. He's supposed to be here to find his partner and for life. So if if he can trust him, there's like 25 other girls, so he's gonna let you go. So if Cassidy go home like in 2 weeks, she was entertaining. She trained her student how to be a mean girl 101, but she didn't do well. I was like, I came up with this quote. I say, Cassidy trained Shanae how to steal in this store. Shanae went and parked the bank. She tried Mean Girl 101 and Shanae went and took advanced class for Mean Girl. And she wasn't even ready. She was messing around, do all kind of things. So I really, really enjoyed this episode of The Bachelor. There was no rose ceremony, so we're gonna have to wait for 2 weeks for the next episode to come. Maybe by the time I put this episode, the next episode will be here a week after.